Boom, boom, this is Kenry. We are back. Let's go ahead and finish walking through the mole rat den here. So, this is episode 4, if you are keeping track. And we are going to come up against a pretty nasty mole rat here. It might be a brood mother or just, it might be normal, but generally it's generally one of the more higher level ones. Yeah, it's a rabid one, which is higher level. But as you can see, we've got blitz and one shot. See, that's why I wanted that sword. It would have probably taken me 2, maybe 3 shots with the security baton to take him out. So let's go ahead and the general sword that we got from Trudy that I'm using right now, she always has that, so it's always in her inventory as something you can purchase, so you can always get it. And if you're going to do melee, it's pretty much the best weapon that you can get in terms of early game. I mean, there's some weapons that are, it's actually, its in-game viability is good, but there are other weapons which are a little bit better in terms of what they do. Our primary weapon through this build is going to be Pikmin's Blade. It's a special stealth blade that you get down in Diamond City. You have to go through a pretty hard quest to get it, but we're going to try to knock it out. Pikmin's Blade has a stealth modifier to it, and it helps, and it also does bleed damage. And it's a light. This weapon is a medium weapon. It's a light weapon, so it's very, very fast. It's super fast. Plus, you get a lot of action points when you use it because it doesn't, because medium and heavy weapons use more action points than the lighter weapons do. So you can get 10, 15 strikes with this thing after you put one perk in Action Girl, which increases the action regeneration on your action points. And I'm going to be putting points in luck as well too, so I'm going to be getting more action points. I'm going to be getting higher crit damage. I'm going to be getting action points refilling instantly on strike. I'm going to be getting perks that support that. So that combined with Pikmin's Blade, and I can have almost an unending amount of strikes that I can get with Pikmin's Blade. Another good weapon that's just a little bit better than this is Crim's Tooth. That's in a pretty hard place. It's not something that you want to go to until you're much higher level. It's just seriously hard. It's down inside a mine, down inside a mining area, and it's called Dunwich Borers. You actually need to. It's pretty hard just to get into it, much less complete it, because it's got a lot of high level ghouls in it, and they come really fast. Not to mention some heavy, pretty powerful raiders. So it's really hard to get to. So it's not something that you can, even though we're not, you can use the stuff here because we cleared it out. So you can stop here if you need to get some tips. Just do my things. Looks like we got a couple hits on that right there. All right, so that takes care of that. So we got a fusion core and a few other things. So let's dump back by the second. We'll drop this off, and then we're going to head over this way and do some stuff over there. And there's dog meat. Okay, so we're back in here, and there is Trash Can Carla. As I said, she's now medium. So let's go back into the thing here, and let's put this wedding ring back in here since I really don't need to sell it. There we go. Not going to need this jumpsuit either, so we'll put that in there. Roxo cleaner. So let's go ahead and put this fusion core in here. We're not going to need that fusion core, but we might need it sometime in the future. There are, but I don't know of any. I don't know of any weapons. Um,
Yes? Carla, need to pick something up? Road's pretty long from here.
so let's see if she's got any cash.
Let's see what you have. I got a little bit of everything.
She does, and I need some stuff off of her if she's got it. Okay, that will help. Okay, so let's get rid of these pistols. Athletic outfit. Laundry green chest or sequin dress. Both to charisma, so I'll go ahead and keep the sequin dressed. Actually, I got a sweater plus an axe, which has two. Which one weighs more? You. So that's two. This one weighs more, so we'll sell it. Look, I'm not going to worry about that. Both types of bourbon. Don't use bourbon because that's another way to get addicted is using that. So I don't need that carrot with a cream. See, Dandy Boy apples. I got 3 rads, so get rid of those. Insta Mash, that's got 7 rads, so get rid of that. Nuka Cherry, rads. Nuka Cola, you want to keep a couple of these because in an emergency and you need some, you can get help, they can help buff you up a little bit just so you can get away if you're running, so it's worth keeping a hand or 2 on them. Okay. Okay, cleaned everything out. Okay, so let's go ahead and armor up. Now, the good thing about having these army fatigues, there's army fatigues, dirty army fatigues, and military fatigues, is that you can wear them underneath your armor, so you can put your armor over top of them. So I just need to get 2 arm pieces right now, so hopefully I'll stumble across those sometime in the future. I might have already stumbled across them, but I'll definitely have a chance. Normally I get my armor when I complete the quest for down at the museum thing and get Preston Garvey, because you kill all those raiders out front and you just get their stuff, so you always get a bunch of leather armor, full sets, but I just really can't focus on them right now. And with this weapon, it's not too crucial that I get max armor at this point. Okay, so I'm going to jump across the river here. I'm going to have to use a Radaway to get rid of the rad, so I can go ahead and jump across right here because I'm going to have to use a Radaway. Anyway, alright, so Radaway I put on 3. Now Radaway, if you take a look at that, and the aid function, Radaway basically removes 300 rads instantly. Okay, so I've got it set up to 3, so if I hit 3, see, rads go away. And then you come in with the stim pack behind that for your health. Okay, so that's what you get out of that. Okay, so now we're going to get into some tricky stuff here. Okay, there's a dog up here which we'll be able to kill pretty easy. Okay, we're heading over to right in there. You can't see it yet, but there's a robotics disposal ground. You can get some fusion cores. Now this right here, these are the rad stags that I told you about. You can't kill these things early game with a gun, but you can kill them with a weapon. If you can sneak up on them, you can kill them pretty easy. They have a lot of hit points, and see, it even took 2 hits even with this high level weapon. to kill them. So that's how many hit points they've got. Now, when you cook the rad stag meat, you get plus. You get I think it's a plus 10 carry weight temporarily boost. So that's why I always carry a couple in my inventory just in case I come across where I have to clear out a dungeon and I just don't quite have enough carry weight to carry back all the loot. So flip up this right here. We're running along the river. Sanctuary is right there. We just run along the river here. Then follow this wire conduit up right here, and it's going to bring you out at the top. Now be careful up here because there are some mole rats right over there. Yeah, you can see him if you look up. And he saw me, so I have to kill him. There's 2 or 3. Now one way to effectively combat mole rats is to get on a rock. See, mole rats do their most damage. They'll come up out of the ground right underneath you and attack you most immediately, so it's very difficult to combat them. But if you can get some way on some rock, something like this, then they'll have to pop up outside and run across the rock, so you have time to target them and kill them. Okay, so just a note there for mole rats. If you can get on a sidewalk somewhere with concrete, something they can't come up through, because they can only come up through dirt or grass or something like that. But I've never seen them come up on concrete or rocks. They've always come up outside of it and then run across. So remember to open this lid up. Now if you don't flip that switch down there, you won't be able to open this lid, and you get a bunch of caps, so it's definitely worth doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and take out this last mole rat. I don't have any points in sneak, so the chance of me successfully sneaking up on him aren't good. There's actually 2 over there, so I'm going to get hit. But I've got a chest piece armor now. Okay, back to hidden. So that's all of them. Oh, that's one thing I don't like about bats too, is when you're not exactly sure where the dead mole rat is, so you can't collect the meat. I know he's in here somewhere. It's so thick brush, it's really difficult to see sometimes. He must have. No, I don't see him. Don't see him at all, but I know he was nearby. There he is. Just got him confused. Yeah, so he wasn't too far away. Alright, so we're going to get our 3rd weapon now. Now you got to be careful. Sometimes raiders will come walking right down through there, and if they do, there's 3 or 4 of them, and sometimes they run and hide and they start shooting you, so it can turn bad real fast. It's not always, but they do sometimes. So we're going to get a combat knife. Another leg, still not. So right there's the combat knife. So you want to come down here to get the combat knife. You can get these if you want, but I'm not low on food, so I don't have to worry about it. So let's get out of here real fast just before those guys happen to wander by. And let me show you the stats on the combat knife so you can see what it looks like. We'll go over here and we'll set up on rock. It was crouch. Okay, so the combat knife. Now this is the combat knife, if you look, is fast. Okay, that means that it uses less action points and you can strike more times, and it's got the same damage as, a little less damage than the security baton. But once we put serrated, change the blade on this to serrated, because right now it's just it just uses a we're going to get a serrated blade on it, which will increase the damage. Okay, so we have to do that at the workstation, and I think I need blacksmith level 1 to do that. So right now it's not the best weapon, but you get more points with it. Now here's the first tricky situation. There's 3 raiders and a dog down here. Okay, I'm not sure whether or not I'm good enough to beat it. without sneak, and I don't think I can without sneak. I need to get close to kill one or two of them before they attack me, because they run in different directions and they hide behind trees, and then they shoot at you, and I just don't got many hit points. Normally with a gun I just pop and take them out, but we're doing melee builds here, so we're not allowed to use a gun. So, all right, so let's continue on with our. Ooh. Just looking for bone. Bone can make, like I said, it can make cutting fluid, which is a good source of oil. You need oil for turrets and things like that, so it's best to have it. So this is my, right here with this fenced in area is my ultimate goal. It's the Robotics disposal room. We're going to have a little fun there. But there's a speakeasy up here, a little hidden speakeasy where you can get some chems and whatnot. Now you're going to be attacked when you do it, but it's only a dog and a raider. So, but hey, free jet. And some psycho. Ooh, 2 psychos. Psycho's pretty good. Now we should have our visitors. There's our visitor right there. And there's the dog right there. I didn't see him coming up, or I would have double tapped it. That's another good thing about the blade. You can get, since you can get more strikes, you can target more enemies. When we get later in the game, that chest piece but no arm. Oh man. When we get later in the game, I'll be targeting 4 and 5 enemies at a time with my Pikmin's blade. If I get him in sneak, I'll be getting ninja perk of 5 times damage. So I only like tap him once or twice, and I'll be able to take him out. So this right here is the an assault. But the main reason we came here is for this little beastie boy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, a fat man. A portable nuke launcher. Yes, that you heard me right. A portable nuke launcher. And you can actually get a portable nuke, mini nuke for it right there. You have to touch that first and get it. When you see it just like this, you won't be able to get it. You won't be able to pick it up. You just have to nudge it. Just run over it, kick it with your foot or something, and then you'll be able to take it. Okay, so perfect. This here's for custom paint job for power armor. Since we're not powering user armor, that will not be applicable to us. You want to grab the tape in here. The tape is this is what controls the sentry bot outside that we saw. That's his control. We're going to play with him a little bit. Okay, so that's taking care of that. That's everything in there. So we'll leave him to his devices for right now since he's turned off. We're going to run over here. Now, the quest, when we went to Abernathy Farm and they said to lock it back, well, that's it right there. USAF Olivia. That's where he's at. The problem with this quest is to get that locket, you have to go through a raider called Akak who has a minigun. So it's, in my current state, it's not going to be easy, to say the least. Akak would probably, she almost one-shot you, even if you're pretty high up in your endurance. Probably 3 or 4, I would say. 3 or 4 points in endurance, you're still going to get hit, and you're still probably going to die. So again, another quest that you normally could do easy. So let's get this rad stag here. I like to have 2 pieces of rad stag meat. So yeah, I mean, I'm seriously doing like 70 some, almost 100 damage with this thing, and it's still taking 2 shots. So you can imagine with a little gun pistol, you can take like 20 shots, which will be half of your armor, or half your bullets this low in the game. So this is a power armor. This is always here. What you get on it is debatable. Sometimes it'll be missing arms and a leg. Sometimes it'll. I got it one time where it was only missing 1 arm and it had everything else. But usually it's 1 arm and 1 leg. So if we're not using power armor, but it's really the easiest piece of power armor to get in the game. has a flight helmet here sometimes, but it's not good. There it is. Got it. It's not just, it's good selling. So we're not going to hit this Livia station yet. I'm just not quite ready for it. So just going to do some housekeeping items here. But I wanted to show you about that power armor. Because, you know, if you need power armor, it's right here. And I also wanted to show you the place where you get the Fat Man and the mini nuke. Because that's, you know, it's an extremely powerful weapon that you could use. Unfortunately, since I'm not allowing myself to use guns, and technically it's a gun, I can't use it. So that makes things a little bit more difficult. All right, so let's go ahead and head on back here. Let's get out of here. Sometimes there's some raiders down this way. No, I don't see him. Not here today. But there's a flower, so grab that. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back to Sanctuary. Now we're right over here. This is Olivia. That's where that quest for the Abernathy farm is at, and this is the disposal ground right here. So so we're going to go down to Concord now. We're not actually going to go ahead and initiate the quest for Garvey, but we're going to go ahead and there's a couple civic dungeons and stuff down in there that you can clear out before you actually do the quest with that, which will help me get a little bit more powerful. Okay, so here's the other chest piece. We can make that a little bit better to girded leather. Left leg, can make that girded. Right leg, can make that girded. Okay, so that improves damage resistance, so it'll make me a little bit better in terms of, so chest piece, left leg, right leg. Yeah, I still haven't got the arms, but we'll take care of that right now. Okay, make sure we're under 100. We're not, because we still got the Fat Man. So put down the Fat Man. Some guns, we can sell that. So that gets me down under 95. I'm going to keep that brown flight helmet. And a fusion core and a mini nuke. So that's that. Alright. Let's divulge and stored. Alright, so we're going down to Concord right now. So we're probably just quicker to run up there. So Concord is pretty interesting. It's the first, you know, it's the first medium-sized town that you come to, as you've seen, but it really doesn't have much in terms of, it's only like a main street, which is where the museum is at, the Museum of Freedom, I believe it's called, but it, you know, it's got the quest for Preston Garvey, so it, you know, it advances the mainline quest in the way that one of the people that you rescue in Preston Garvey's group is Mama Murphy, and she will give you the clue about where you need to go, which is Diamond City, which is where, you know, that's our next, after this quest, Diamond City is the next stop, which is where it's the biggest city. It's Fenway Park, actually, is Diamond City. It's inside they call it Diamond City because it's the ballpark. It's no longer a ballpark now. It is, of course, a haven from the Raiders and, you know, bad stuff that's going on in the Commonwealth right now. So here's the engagement between Preston Garvey and his fellow, and there's the Raiders. Still no arm. But as you can see, Preston Garvey's been hard at work.
Hey, up here, on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
There, we got an arm. One arm. So we should level up here, yeah. I like to come here. Sometimes that perks. So, now helping out Preston Garvey is going here, but like I say, what's going to happen is you're going to go in there and you're going to get, there's a, right here, there's a vertibird. If you can see it, a vertibird is like a helicopter. It's crashed into the museum. There's a suit of power armor in there, and there's a minigun that you can use inside the vertibird and clear all these raiders. And they give you that minigun specifically because after you clear out all the raiders, a death claw pops out right here from underneath this grate. It doesn't activate right now. It only activates once the quest starts. And he pops out of this grate and starts killing all the rest of the raiders. And then of course you have to kill it to finish the quest. And in a piece of power armor with a minigun, what you can do is you can just put on, you got your power armor on, get the minigun, and just go inside one of these buildings right here. And then the Deathclaw comes up and tries to get in and can't fit through the doors in these windows, so you just kill him, shoot him down with the minigun. I mean, just, and you can usually beat it. It takes a lot with the minigun. Sometimes you run out of bullets from the minigun and you have to do it manually with the gun. But anyway, either way, it's generally not it's not a super hard quest to complete. But since I'm not allowed to use power armor, that makes this an entirely different circumstance. So I need to beat the Deathclaw, I'm going to need to get a lot stronger in terms of some of the perks that I need to buff myself up. And one of those perks is Lone Wanderer. And if I could try to get him from sneak, I could do it, but it's difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a quest down here, but that's going to be for next next episode. We're going to complete a quest here on the side. It's a sewers underneath Concord here. Just make sure there's no. Sometimes put a bottle cap mine in here to protect this stuff. I guess this belonged to the Raiders, but we're going to go right down in here in Concord Civic Access and do that quest, because it's you can get a legendary item down in here, usually because there's usually a legendary rad roach that appears that you can kill pretty easy and then get it. So we're going to try that, but that's in the next episode. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and put a like on the video if you like it, and go ahead and click on the subscribe button if you want to be notified whenever I drop a video. So this is Ken Rare, signing out.